What up, though? You already know how it goes. Smash, like, subscribe, comment. I don't care what you comment, as long as you comment, you dig. I appreciate all y'all that support me. Big Vince X, what's up to you, comrade? Eric Partal, Tanisha, Ryan Rose, Almo, Spliff Johnson, D-Town, Inktown. I appreciate all y'all, man. For real, y'all very, very different. The video requested was speak on the Latin gangs or speak on the Latin people in prison. Okay, so you got two groups of Latins, right? Or you got two groups of Latin organizations. Now, with the Latin organizations and MDOC outside of the Serranos and Mexican Mafia, they're predominantly white. It's Michigan, okay? I don't make the rules, but so you got on one side you got Latin counts, Latin kings, and they click up with the vice lords usually. Most yards, vice lords, stones, they'll click up the counts and the kings. Then you got on this side maniac Latin disciples, Spanish cobras, which I like to call the blue side. Spanish cobras, maniac Latin disciples, Spanish gangsters, Serranos, and La M.A. La M.A., the Mexican Mafia, the Black Hand, the big five to be on their chest. This all black, the Black Hand. So you got two sections, right? So the counts and kings are a little bit wilder because they rock with the vice lords, the People's Nation, and the Peace Stones, and every other group, Four Corner Hustlers in it. You got traveling vice lords, Imperial, Insane. You got all types of lords. So they usually in a bit more drama, but you got the La M.A., Serranos, Spanish Cobras, Maniac Latin Disciples, Spanish Gangsters. You got them. That's a more calmer group of people. They're not very big groups at all individually, so that's why they click up. And the Latin folks organizations usually predominantly white men, but you got Mexicans in it, Puerto Ricans, so on and so forth too. You dig? So this right side, which I call the blue side, they click up. They very, very, very calm. They follow rules. They very strict. They militant to a point. Like with the Maniac Latin Disciples, you with them or you not. It's no picking and choosing. You're us or you're not. Some yards you got people that's like bloods. They'll say, "Oh, I don't want to be a blood on this yard." Or I'm a blood, but I'm not rotating. I'm not mobbing. I'm not functioning. I'm not moving. And what that mean is mobbing, function, moving, and rotating. What that mean is that you are part of your group's rules and regulations. And when you follow rules and regulations, protocol, literature, creed, that means you're entitled to protection. You're entitled to a hustle. You're entitled to be privy to information. You're entitled to weapons. You're entitled to go to the commissary man and say, "Hey, I want 2 bags of chips, but I can only give you a suit back on it," and they'll probably give it to you because you're that brother man. When you ride in and you don't have nothing, the officers threw your stuff away. When you went to the hole, you come back out, you don't have nothing. Your brother's got your back. You know what I'm saying? You're entitled to everything. But when you're not moving, mobbing, functioning, rotating, it don't matter if somebody stab you, jump on you, beat you up. They're not coming to your rescue because you wasn't there following rules, regulations, the protocol, the creed, the lit, or whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? If you get fed to the wolves, you just get fed to the wolves. No matter how, if they do you dirty or not. That's how most organizations are. If you're not moving, but you got people like the Moabites, you got people like the Melanics that are still coming to aid and assist their brother, even though they living wrong, they not mobbing, they not a part of the rotation. They'll still come rescue them. But with them, it's either you this or you not. You can't pick and choose. And with them groups, if one of them go, usually they all go. There ain't no suckers, even though they ain't deep and they predominantly white men. They not no suckers and punks like that. You know what I'm saying? Even though they politics ain't heavily of heavy influence on the yard, you still got to respect those guys, because even if it's only 4 maniac Latin disciples on the yard, if one of them go, they all going, depending on the situation. You know what I'm saying? If it's a little one-on-one fight, it might be all right, cool. We're soft, we talk. But if they brother mans get jumped on, they sending somebody at you. They all clicking up and they sending somebody at you, and likely all of them going to the hole because they scared of the consequences if they don't go to the hole. You know what I'm saying? Some of them scared of the consequences if they don't go to the hole. So that's a crazy game they play, for real, for real. Like, they will get on their own, and you know they don't allow no homosexuality at all, either side, none at all. That's a very dangerous game to play with them, especially the Maniacs, the Cobras, the La M.A. It's not too many Mexican Mafia guys on the yard, but don't play no roles with them guys because they not playing, they coming. You did what I'm talking about? And, they real organized, the right side. They real organized, like, they they have mandatory workouts. So every group do have mandatory workouts, but there's a mandatory routine for you to be in shape, and it's for combat purposes and health purposes because they really care about each other. I'm glad my bunkie was a Maniac Latin Disciple because them boys or them Latin groups on the right side, they and even the left, they stick they stick together, but they cook up for anything. Like a MMA fight might be come on, and the cook up is when you go take your commissary, mix the noodles with the beef sticks, with the cheese, with the chili, with the chips, and make a big old feast. And if one of they homies don't have something, everybody chip in a little extra or take a little bit out of their bowl to give it to him. Kool-Aid, all that. His responsibility would be, since you don't have nothing, just wash the dishes. You dig what I'm talking about? They look out for theirs. For real, especially on the right side. The right side don't be in drama like that. But like I said, when it is drama, they all out there. No fear in their heart. I've seen it plenty times, and they will pop off. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, my bunkie was an MLD. They cook up for the 4th of July. They cook up for the Walking Dead premiere. They cook up for MMA fight. A race car driver won. They don't even watch racing, but he won because he had the number 74 or the number 312 on his car. You know what I'm saying? Oh, this driver won 312. They'll cook up over with anything, and they don't be in no drama like that. So that's why I like being around them. And they have some of the best cook-ups because the Latin guys that's in the organization. I definitely love eating with the Serranos because they put the onions, the bell peppers, tomatoes. They make the best tacos out of a bag of Doritos. They make the shells. It tastes just like a Doritos Locos taco. They make up some homemade whipped cream. It'd be crazy, man. And they all getting drunk. Everybody pitching in. They're a real cool group, man, to be around. And the Kings and the Counts, like I said, they're a little bit wilder. They stick together, but when they linked up with the Vice Lords and the Bloods, guaranteed to be in drama. You know what I'm saying? So even though a lot of the Counts and Kings, a lot of the Counts was from my way where I grew up at and spent a lot of time in Southwest Detroit. And I knew them guys and I was cool with them, but those the guys you just don't want to hang out with every day because it might be something on the floor with them, period, when they link up with other groups. But for the most part, the Latin groups ain't no joke. They got position and power on the yard. They not like the white men there. No offense to them boys. They just not very organized on every yard. They want to believe in what they believe in, but they just don't have the numbers to do it. You know what I'm saying? Yet, so the Latin guys, too, they always got weapons. Always got food, always got to hustle. They all work if they can. A lot of them on STGs and like the Mexican Mafia, you have to work. It was a rule on like 2 yards I was on that they members had to work in different parts of the prison to watch over the other brothers, to hustle, steal food out of the kitchen. You steal alcohol from over here. You go grow in the garden so you can do the liquor. So you had to have some type of income coming in because they don't want to see a brother asking people for stuff, getting in debt. You know what I'm saying? Having to pay back most of their stuff for something that they borrowed. In prison, I'm telling you, they only feed you enough so you won't die. Only feed you enough so you won't die. It don't get you full. You don't come out the child hall with your plate. After just eating your plate, you don't come out the child hall like, damn, man, that was a big old meal. I don't remember ever saying, damn, I can't eat no more. Ever. If you don't have no extra food, bro, you are done. You gonna lose a lot of weight, or you gonna stay right where you at because it's a lot of beans, potatoes, and bread, and it be the worst beans ever, man. If you don't have if you can't afford no seasoning, or have somebody steal you something off the kitchen, if you can't get it off the commissary. People ask how I eat certain things because a long time ago, I've learned to eat without tasting. That's something that you got to master in the joint, man. Period. But the Mexican guys, definitely something to be, nothing to be played with. Definitely great tattoo artists. And they, oh, you know, like the gang, the real gang banging, Serenos, like MA, Maniacs, they all can draw good. Like, it's a lot of them draw good. So those the guys that you want to go get your tattoos from, or the white Aryan guys, because they do the best tattoos. You did. Peace and blessings be to y'all, man. Hopefully Maniac, Pac-Man, come up on here. Hopefully I see him. He kind of far away, but I want him to come tell some of them stories. Y'all go look at them sale. Remember I dropped a video on cellmate rules, and I told y'all the story about this guy. There was a Chaldean named Sandy Tapo that actually one of the rules was broken. He did something about it. I just hit him up yesterday. He out. He free. He in good health, and I'm definitely gonna have him on. He want to pull up. This gonna be funny, man. This gonna be some funny stuff, man. Peace and blessings be to y'all.